It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. So, a lot of people, as I am now starting to do, telling you guys to leave me in the comments, videos you might want to see. So, a lot of people wanted me to explain the Khloe Kardashian and Trey Songz thing, because people are saying that they're dating. Khloe's dating Trey Songz, and then Yasmin Lopez came on and told people Trey Songz was her man. So, have a seat and sit down and listen to what's really going on. Right, so let's take it back before we get into what's going on now. We have to always go back because Khloe and Trey Songz has a history. Now, right along the time, Khloe Kardashian used to be good friends with Lauren London. Lauren London was dating and was probably in love with Trey Songz. All right. Now, Trey Songz had ended up, Lauren London found out that Trey Songz was sleeping around on her with Nicole Bitchie, and I believe at that time it may have been like Drea or somebody. It was like another one. But Nicole Bitchie was mainly the person, because he had been with Nicole before, and he had went back, and when he was with Lauren, he was then messing around with Nicole, because she was, hot on the scene or what have you. Now, Lauren and Trey end up just breaking up. Now, they had just really split up. Khloe, of course, now is around for all of this. Khloe and Trey Songz became friends, right? So after Trey and Lauren split up, Trey hit up Khloe. Now remember, when him and Khloe was friends, Lauren London knew that they were friends. But now that it's over between Lauren and Trey, now Trey wants to take Khloe out on a date. So they end up meeting up, hooking up, and then they went together to Kevin Hart's wedding. I'm about to say funeral. They went together to Kevin Hart's wedding. Now remember, they had just hooked up. They ended up going together to Kevin Hart's wedding. Right, then, Kris Jenner would have pool parties. Trey Songz would come over there, and then him and Khloe, would allegedly be having sex in public, be having sex in the pool, and doing some, her and Trey Songz, allegedly they like to get it in public, and Trey thinks Khloe is just as freaky as him, and he finally found somebody that's freaky as him, and Khloe Khloe's always allegedly been a freak, but she gets extra freaky when it comes to Trey Songz. All right, Lauren London found out that they were messing around, and she cut Khloe off. Right, as a friend, she cut Khloe off. Now, they was allegedly, they weren't completely on the outs, but I believe they got into an argument about Khloe still being friends with Trey. And then something happened where Lauren London and there was allegedly French Montana. There was something with French Montana, and he never got with Lauren London, but there was this whole big thing. Right? So then so she wasn't really messing with Khloe anymore. Now, we got these two going to the wedding together. At that wedding is Tristan Thompson, and he's there with Jordan Craig, who at this point is 5 months pregnant. Right? He's 5 months pregnant. However, Tristan and Jordan are already split up. They're broken up, but they still went together to the wedding because, of course, the wedding was planned ahead of time, and Tristan and Jordan had been dating for so long, they kind of still considered them a couple. So they gave them, the invite, and even though they split up, and after she got pregnant, they split up, and then they still went together as a couple because she was pregnant with his kid. But they were not technically together when they were at Kevin Hart's place. That's the reason why Tristan got the word to Kevin Hart, excuse me, that he wanted to meet Khloe. He saw Khloe there with Trey Songz, and her and Trey milling around. But the thing about Khloe and Trey Songz is they always knew we could never be a couple. We could never be a couple. It was always been sexual with Khloe and Trey. So now, even after, I believe Khloe got with Tristan like 2 weeks after that, because Tristan was scheming and asking Kevin Hart, yo, introduce me to Khloe Kardashian. Set me up with a date. Set me up on a date with her. So Kevin Hart's like, hey, don't you see her there with Trey Songz? Now, why you want to get me in the middle of that? And he's like, man, I want to meet her. Man, she's fine. Right? He's like, look at that ass and the pants. And just, and then he was, this was at the reception. At the reception is when he was like, oh, it's funny because Khloe had, when she went there, she had the dress on, but now they went to the reception, and now Khloe done changed into these tight pants. And she's, walking around with Trey, and they messing around or whatever. So he's like, man, she's fine. She got them burgundy, you see her in them burgundy pants and standing up. So Kevin Hart ends up telling Khloe that Tristan Thompson was checking her out, and Tristan Thompson wants to meet her. So Khloe had not even seen Tristan. Like, she didn't even know she didn't even know who Tristan was. Now, once he got set up, but Kevin Hart sets him up on a blind date because Khloe, she doesn't know who Tristan is. You don't know what he looks like, so it's a blind date for her. So he sets it up, and then Khloe walked in there, and you know what else happens after that. The rest is history. So this time around, Khloe has been talking to Trey Songz as a friend all through the years. They never stopped talking. So, she's telling him how stressed out and embarrassed she is, and she really don't think she can do this anymore. She's been trying, and she's letting him know that, my ex-husband is trying to contact me. And, even though Khloe has a lot of love for Lamar, and she really believes that he's in a better shape than what he was, but Khloe is like allegedly like, you know what? I lived with that man for 5 years or however long she did, and he's still not completely past it. He's still not. He's better. I'm glad he's better, but I'm afraid that if I got back into that situation, after a while, the same thing would happen. Because she was saying, because remember, he not only did drugs on me, not only cheated on me with drugs, he was fucking other women too. It's not like, he just had a drug issue. So that he also had a woman issue. Maybe the drugs made him cheat on her with other women as well. But she said, that's the one part that I can't forget. If you had a problem with drugs, if you have addiction to drugs, that's one thing. But you were also sleeping with other women. So she's telling Trey, and Trey is like trying to level it, whatever. And then, one thing I guess leads to another, and they're back hooking up again. Now, again, this is a relationship that never really ended on bad terms. They just decided, you know what, we're better as friends. You know what I mean? Be friends with benefits. But he couldn't be friends with benefits for over the last few years because Khloe was involved with Tristan. And Khloe Kardashian, one thing about Khloe is when she's involved with you, she's involved with you. She's not going to be cheating on you and dipping out on you like some other people. Look how long it took her to finally leave Lamar. Khloe's going to be loyal to the person she's with. So she never really gave Trey, any time to get back in, bed with her. But now she's considered single because her and Tristan ain't together no more. And she decided to hit up Trey Songz. They are not, dating, because Trey still, of course, sees other people. But, she's just seeing Trey Songz, and I'm sure that, if she finds someone else interesting to date, you probably see her with them. But as of right now, this thing with Trey Songz is not serious, and judging from their past, I don't think it'll get serious. But they are having fun, they are hooking up, and they are doing the friends with benefits thing. So we'll see what happens with Khloe. Good luck to her. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.